going on, guys? We're here at Olympus Cards Games today with
Cam. What's going on?
And what'd you do today, my man?
I got top 4 at Olympus Case tourney for AGOV playing Tearlament.
All right, let's hop into the deck profile.
Yeah, sure. Started off with 3 Tear, 3 Rhino, and 1 of the other names. Only one die roll the entire day. So I figured, my luck, heavily go on the Rhino, so Havness and Tear had a better chance of milling Rhino, so I can mill off some of my spells and traps and get the dice rolling on my opponent's turn. It was pretty good, honestly. Very happy with the ratios. When I'm siding, I would always side out 1 Rhino in any case scenario. Getting on to some non-engine, 3 Diviner of Herald, and 1 of each of the Ishizus. Going first, I like to prioritize Diviner because it's always interruption for a bait because nobody wants you to get to your millers. It was pretty good. I always saw Ash or Imperm to the Diviner, so it always took the place of whatever follow-up for my Sharon because a lot of people like the Ash to Sharon, so field spell getting into Sharon is what I would really like to resolve. For the Graveyard Millers, we have 1 of the Unchained, 1 Destrudo, and the Destiny Hero Engine. The Unchained was pretty good. It was more of my back row interrupts against Rescue Waves. It was pretty good. Destrudo constantly prioritized making Baron on the end of my board along with Crime to prevent evenly matched, which a lot of people were trying on evenly today. Just due to Rescue Ace, and it always baited out with Baron, and always had Crime set for whatever else they may have, and the Mally package is good because it's just a rank 6 turbo. And then I have 1 Mothman, 1 Nessie. This is kind of unorthodox. I saw one of the top 16, sorry I don't know your name, from top 16 of YCS Indy. He was playing 1 of each. More or less, I did not see Mothman, let alone Resolve Mothman, or any of the others, but I would always see Nessie in the graveyard, and it was always a good target when going for Kaleido Heart, so I would probably maybe prioritize more Nessie over Mothman. Of course, 3 Field Spell and 3 Scream. Pretty standard. I like Scream because I want to see it, so bumping it to 3 is always good. And then I have finishing out the spells, Foolish and Foolish Goods. I would always side out Goods because I was pretty iffy about it. It doesn't really facilitate a start. It always gets you a search no matter what you're missing or sending us off the traps or spells. But Foolish was always OG, but Goods is pretty iffy to me. But it's a good replacement for terraforming when needing to get to the field spell. Traps, 2 Salik, 1 Metanoise, 1 Trivi Karma. I see more value in Metanoise now adding back Tear. But as far as setting it, not really too good. Salik, obvious, and Trivi Karma more or less is my terraforming to kind of more or less play around Droll if I ever get the chance of seeing it. And for hand traps and non-engine, Nib, and Super Poly, honestly, I can't complain about any of these. Anytime I needed to Super Poly a board, I was against Rescue Ace, and I Super Poly'd them twice with my good friends Dustin. And I went into Mud Dragon and Garua, I believe, and that ended up winning me the game because I ended up out grinding his board because I had no resources left. Nib was not really seen, nobody respected it, so it always came in when it had an opportunity to. So I enjoy those. Going into the extra deck, Token, Orichalcos, Kaleido Heart, Dankest, Dangerous, Mud Dragon, Garua. These 2 always super poly targets. This for Beatrice. Dankest, I probably only made it like once or twice, and Kaleido Heart was always a guarantee given when I wanted to get to my crime lines. So of course that's obviously good. For Xyz, Redoer, Dweller, Baguska, Beatrice, and Wallow. Redoer I really wouldn't use unless I just had a bricky hand, which I can't recall ever going into this, unless maybe I did once because I couldn't get a Beatrice, Baron or any negate before I could ever see a Nib because I would always respect Nib. Dweller, I think I made only 1 time, and that was into top 8. Dweller turn 1, my opponent playing Branded Chimera because I just knew what he was playing. But Guska never saw Shifter, so there was never a reason to go into it. Beatrice always, and Wallow. I always had an opportunity to go into Wallow whenever I would make my opponent mill 5 or 10. But unfortunately, they never had anything worth taking, like talents or anything. So people are kind of off that right now at the moment. But I would always keep this card because it's a game changer. If in any case I needed to take anything that was worthy in the graveyard, because there's always something. I'm always getting interrupted by some kind of monster effect. And as far as links, Dark, Cross Sheet, Spren, and SP Little Knight, all of these are good. Spren was good. SP Little Knight, I only went into it probably once or twice, but it's always worth playing, never worth cutting. And the last, Baron, obviously prioritize this over Nib, respect Nib. If not, you get punished. And then going to the side, Volcanic Scattershot. Sided it one time, never came up though, so feel proud about that. Always finish my games. Druid Worm, 2 Druid Worm. I felt like Druid Worm was more or less for the mirror match, and I always felt like I had a pretty good scenario in that, but I would always get Druid Worm. So, and it was also good in Unchained, but I never saw it today. But that's a matchup that's already free, so Druid Worm had options to come into the side, but I probably would keep it in the side at 2, but never see it. Droll, there are multiple times there were a lot of Infernoble in top 8. Wish I saw it, but it is what it is. Liked it the whole time. Seize Encore, all the decks that could make Dweller, they didn't. I would always open this card, but it's always good to have, I guess, but it was always a pitch for Super Volley most of the time because I would always prioritize Dweller when people can make Dweller. 2 Thrust, 1 Talents, 1 Duster. I feel like a heavy thrust package is pretty key. I believe I would always side it in, but I would never really see it, so I would still keep it. And Heartbeat and Crime. Heartbeat's always necessary for whenever your Crime gets milled. You can always send Heartbeat and then add the Crime back. But that's more or less it.
All right, going forward, is there anything you would want to change about the deck, or you feel like it's kind of solid as it is?
It's pretty solid. I like to find a way to add more Nessies, but I'm playing at 41, so I like to dull that down as best I can. But I mean, as far as everything going concerns, the mills have been great. The mills have been awesome, so I was just lucky as my day.
Any shout outs you got to make?
Shout out to my boy Dustin Wallace, practicing for Rescue Ace. He did pretty good. Shout out to my boy here, sacked on 2-0, unfortunately, in Top Cut. Shout out to Gabe. Gabe, man, love you. Sorry I had to play it out, but just had to play it out. And that hero player, don't watch his deck list, man. He's just horrible. He's horrible. Worst person in Atlanta, Georgia. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you for the deck profile, man.
No
We'll catch
problem.
you guys next time.
See you
Peace.
later.